This episode is brought to you by TurboTax. TurboTax experts make all your moves count. Filing with 100% accuracy and getting your max refund guaranteed. So whether you started a podcast like this one, side hustled your way to concert tickets, or quit your job to stream video games online full-time, switch to TurboTax and make your moves count. See guarantee details at turbotax.com/guarantees. Experts only available with TurboTax Live.
Listen to the 48 Hours podcast for shocking murder cases and compelling real-life dramas from one of television's most watched true crime shows. Go behind the scenes of each episode with award-winning CBS News correspondents and producers in Postmortem, a weekly deep dive. Listen to 48 Hours wherever you get your podcasts.
Hello, welcome to Unequal Sequel
Extra.
It's a big one. It's the one you've all been waiting for.
Woohoo!
When I say all been waiting for, probably no one's been waiting for
it's
it.
the one that at least 3 of you have been waiting for.
We're very different to other people because some people do the end of year films at like midway through December.
Yeah.
Right? And that would not included Aquaman and the Kingdom of Shit. So we've done it, not the end of the year, but a week after the end of the year.
With shit.
I couldn't think of anything witty to go with it. So.
If you do want a lovely roundup of 2023, go and listen to the Cine Miles Kids version. It's so cute. It's only 3 minutes long. But yeah, sorry to send you off to another podcast, but go and listen to that now. It's only 3 minutes and come back to me and tell me that isn't the cutest thing you've ever heard in your whole life.
It's literally the earliest you've ever plugged another podcast in our podcast.
True.
Incredible.
True.
Incredible. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the big yearly roundup. Fireworks, confetti, crowd cheering, noises, other stuff like that. If you've been with us through our 2.5 years of Unequal Sequel, you know we do this thing when we say what was our favourite sequels of the past year, our worst sequels of the past year, and then we also look forward to the coming year, which is 2024. So it's been a big old year for sequels, Rich, hasn't it? We've done another complete 12 months, so...
It's been an interesting one for sequels. I found it a lot harder to do my worst list than my best list this year.
I think you say the thing every year.
Really?
Yeah.
I think it turns out I just don't like sequels very much.
Yeah, I found it a lot easier to... I think there's a lot more mediocre sequels than great sequels.
Yeah. Oh, yes. There's a lot of mediocre. There's a lot of mediocre. I was really struggling to say what's the actual best. You know, what's been a really good sequel, and I think they might surprise you.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I think I might get atted for a couple of my choices.
You probably don't remember, but oh god, you probably don't remember. But in our last episode, we talk about our most anticipated sequels of the next year.
Yeah.
Any of those sequels that you anticipated to be the best ones?
I can't remember what I said. Have you listened to last year's back?
I did, but I only made note of mine because I was in the car while I was doing it. But mine were Across the Spider-Verse, Indiana Jones, and Mission Impossible 7. They were the 3 hours. So let's see where those come up in my rankings or, not. But Rich, we covered in total on the podcast and on Another Slice, we covered 33 sequels.
Whoa. That's a lot of sequels. And that wasn't even all the sequels that were released that year. We missed a few.
I've watched those now, a couple of them. On an aeroplane, I caught up with the book club, The Next Chapter, and My Big Fat Greek Wedding 3.
What about the D'Artagnan-y ones?
No, it's the one I've missed.
That's supposed to be a good one as well, and we've missed it.
We've missed foreign cinema.
Maybe we should do that next week.
No, we've already planned for next week. Don't take away.
I don't want to do it. I don't want to do what we've got planned for next week. I'm trying to think of other things.
I came out with an idea what we can do next week, and I think it's a great idea. And treat it more like a funeral than a celebration next week. Okay,
dear.
so do you remember all the sequels? Do you want to have a go?
No,
or should
of course I don't
list
remember
them
all
off?
the sequels. Christ.
Trying to
I
squeeze
can't
them
remember
all
what I had
in.
for breakfast.
Let alone every sequel. Okay, so the sequels we covered in 2023.
You're not going to do a list of all the sequels.
I did it last year. I'll do it again this year, okay?
Wowzers.
Okay, so Puss in Boots, The Last Wish. Magic Mike's Last Dance. Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. Screen 6. Shazam! Fury of the Gods. John Wick Chapter 4. Murder Mystery 2. Evil Dead Rise. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Fast X. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Transformers Rise of the Beast. Extraction 2. Indiana Jones The Dial of Destiny. Insidious The Red Door. Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. Wow, there's a lot of them. Missing! Meg 2 The Trench. Vacation Friends 2. The Equalizer 3. A Haunting in Venice. Expendables 4. Saw X. The Exorcist Believer. Trolls Band Together. The Marvels. Good Burger 2. Your Christmas or Mine 2. And we ended on Chicken Run, Dawn of the Nugget, but we also did The Flash on Another Slice and The Loofah After the Sun Goes Down.
Yeah, and you forgot Aquaman at the end there as well.
Well, I did. You're right, technically. You are technically right, but we also reviewed that in 2024, and that's why it's not on my list currently. But that is also a 2023 release. Thank you for proving everyone I don't do my research and homework, Rich. Okay?
And all I was thinking through that was, so far, so mediocre.
Yeah, I was about to say, what do you think as a year for sequels, what was it like for you?
To coin one of our catchphrases, I think it's been fine. It's a 2.5 to 3 star year, I would say.
Oh God! Trying to big ourselves up. I'm like, it was okay.
It was fine.
Come on, listen to two people talk about okay movies for a year.
I mean, don't get me wrong. There are some absolute festering turds in there.
Yes.
There's also some where I really struggled with. I mean, I'm not sure if either of us is going to pick this as our best or worst, so I think I can talk about it. It's okay. But Evil Dead Rise was something I massively struggled with because I absolutely hated watching it, but it's a very good movie.
Yeah.
And I still can't look at Cheese Graters in the same way.
I think it's a fab movie. So our mission at always is to try and pick 3 films.
Yes.
From best to really best, I guess. I can't say that. And normally Rich comes at me at this point and goes, I've got 5 or something.
Yeah.
How many have you got today? You can do top 5. You can do top 5 if you want. I can do 5 quickly.
I've got 6, but none of them I really believe in. I've got a top 3 and I've got 3 honourable mentions.
Okay, let's do the honourable mentions quickly and then I can do my honourable mentions. And
I imagine they're going to cross over with your choices, to be honest.
Well, let's just do them quick. We don't have to go dive into them. So what? Honourable
mentions, Creed 3, John Wick 4, Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Good.
It's going to be quite obvious what my top 3 aren't.
I can't wait to hear your top 3. My honourable mentions are, I've got 4 pretty much, which 2 of them I was surprised about. So Puss in Boots, The Last Wish. Extraction 2, I still enjoyed throughout the year. Guardians of the Galaxy 3, yep. And another one for mine, Evil Dead Rise, just missed out my top 3. I think it's a fantastic movie.
I couldn't put it in there because I genuinely hated watching it. Hated every second of it. But at the same time thought, oh my God, it's a really good film. And I really hate it.
It's a really good horror film, I think I think it stayed with me through the whole of the year pretty much. So that can't be a bad thing. And I'm considering watching it again, Rich, just for enjoyment. That's mental. Never
watching it again, ever. Ever.
Okay, so that was your honourable mentions. Who are we, off
honourable
menu?
Mentions. We're not off menu. They're not munchins. They are mentions.
Your number 3 then.
This is the one I think might be a bit controversial because I think lots of people didn't like it. But it's Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny.
Your top 3.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Incredible scenes,
I
Rich.
Really, really enjoyed it. I came out of watching it at the cinema absolutely buzzing.
Wow.
I had a great time.
In a positive way, it's in my top 10, weirdly. So not bad, but so people are going to be shouting at you.
Yeah,
and just
clearly.
give me like 30 seconds of why you think it's good.
Love the train scene. Made me feel like I was in an old school indie movie. I love the fact that standard for Indiana Jones movies, if Indy does nothing, the same thing still happens. I love that they kept that thread. And also, no one climbs into a fridge to escape a nuclear bomb.
But what about the time travelling aspects through the time portal?
Well, yeah, of course it's a bit silly, but then they're all silly, aren't they? You know, nobody's faces got burnt off by magic, by God magic. You know, Indiana Jones has always had silly bits. You know, no 300-year-old knights. They've always had silly bits like that.
This is what I'm trying to tell people.
With a silly
yes,
bit.
Rich. Praise. Hallelujah. This is what I'm telling my family when I keep seeing them. They keep telling me they didn't enjoy Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. And I was like, oh, the end's silly. And I was like, have you not
watched
attention?
Any Indiana Jones film ever? The ends are all silly.
They tell me, oh, the CGI and Harrison Ford maybe passed it. But I still stand that Indiana Jones and Dial of Destiny is a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. I guess the only bit that grates on me is Phoebe Waller-Bridge and Indy's relationship. But we talked about that in the thing, is that she grows on you because she becomes a better person and has character growth. And I will stand by that. She's annoying to start with and she gets better.
Disagree. She's annoying throughout. But I respect you for picking a number 3. It was one of my most anticipated sequels of the year.
And me too. I think it must have been, yeah. Yes.
Did it live up to that? For me, probably not, but
not quite. But I enjoyed it more than I enjoyed it more than John Wick. I even enjoyed it more than Creed 3.
Right. Mine, third choice, while we're talking about Creed 3, is Creed 3.
Yeah. It was very close, I have to say. I very nearly put Creed 3 in, but what put me off was I knew you would.
Yes, absolutely.
So
Creed 3
I'm going to try and pick something different.
is very much in my wheelhouse. It's a boxing/Rocky film. It's first-time director Michael B. Jordan absolutely knocks it out of the park on this one, I think. Yeah. It has Jonathan Majors in, which in, March wasn't a bad thing. Come the end of the year, good old lad.
The opposite of a good old lad.
Chris down the Swanee.
Bit of a dickhead.
I like the storyline of... I love the storyline of this old childhood friend that comes back and Adonis tries to help him out, but really this childhood friend wants to fuck him over. And of course, Adonis loses very much in the Rocky 3 kind of style, and then wins and then loses, and he retires about 4 times, and he comes back, and then obviously there's the big match at the end, which is beautifully filmed and great music and songs, and I loved it, and I watched it on the IMAX, and it was better than I thought it was going to be, which is probably why it's in the top 3 for me. It's just a lot of fun again.
And objectively, you're right.
Thank you.
It's better than Indy 5, but I just got the massive feels from Indy 5. That's the thing. It might not help that I was really ill when I watched Creed 3. Really ill, nearly died.
If anything, that should have made it better then.
Yeah, it's true. It's like, I'm not dead, but I do feel like poo.
I do feel like poo. It was a great film, and Tessa Thompson's in it, and I feel like that franchise is in safe hands now with Michael B. Jordan. I think there's going to be a Creed 4. It came out maybe a month or two. They're planning on it. He's going to direct again. I'm not quite sure where they're going to go. Hopefully they don't take it to the streets like Rocky 5.
No, God, no.
The teasers at the end of the Rocky 3 was him training his young daughter, but the daughter was still about 7. So unless there's going to be some kind of time jump.
10-year time jump.
Yeah. Unless they do it in 10 years. You never know. That might happen.
Could happen. Yeah.
I'd watch that. But as a sequel, it felt like a Rocky film. It felt like a Creed film. I liked the two other Creed films. I really like both Creed films, actually. Is it as good as Creed 1? Probably not, because it's still missing that Sylvester Stallone Rocky hole.
That's what it was missing for me,
yeah.
I think, yeah.
But apart from that, it was engaging, it was entertaining, it gave me the feels in my heart and my head, which is very important for me when I watch a film. Long as it gives me some tingles in part of my body, then it's okay by me.
What sort of films are we talking about, Dave?
All the kinds.
Okay.
All the kinds. So yeah, I can understand why it's not in your top 3, and I can understand why it's in my top 3, because I love the Rocky films. It was really close.
It was like it's a hair's breadth. And like I say, if I was thinking objectively about what the best films are, the best sequels are this year, then obviously Creed 3 would be in it. But I wasn't. I was thinking about what made me feel
exactly.
happy.
And this is why we're different to other reputable podcasts and film houses, because we shoot from the hips about our true
that's why we're
feelings.
Not critics. We're just dudes that talk about stuff.
Yeah, badly. What's your number 2 then?
My number 2 is Puss in Boots and the Last Wish.
Is it?
Yeah.
Delightful. I can't argue with this.
Loved it. Completely surprised.
Is this the biggest shock of the year?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Fully went into it thinking it was going to be a pile of turds.
Yeah.
Like I was like, why am I watching this? You know, the first one was average at best. This one's going to be worst. Absolutely blown away by it. My son loves it. He's still obsessed with like the songs and stuff in it. You know,
the opening song is banging.
He absolutely loves it. Absolutely loves it. He loves Death. He loves the character of Death in it.
Terrified. Yeah.
Like he like runs around with his like arms behind him, like Death does when, you know, with his sickles. You know, that's one of his dance moves. He's incorporated into his dance moves now. Yeah, he absolutely loves it. And we have a great time watching it. And it's one of the films I'm happy to watch again. You know,
does he get all the connotations about it? Because it is a very grown-up cartoon, right?
No,
it's about death and your immortality, and
no, he doesn't get that. But
good, thankfully, good. Because when he starts growing up and starts getting, the film's gonna mean so much more to him in a different light.
Yeah,
because
true.
For me, that I thought it was going to be a pile of shit. Like honestly. I thought it was going to be awful.
The animation is beautiful.
Animation's beautiful. So the voice cast is fantastic. But it's just the layers and the depths of that film was so unexpected that I was so shocked by the end of it that I had to take a minute at the end. I was like, whoa, what? Oh, my life, I'm going to die soon. I better do something like kind of thing. And then my wife watched it the other day, and I didn't tell her the storyline or be prepared. And then she said exactly the same thing by the end of it.
She's like, shit, better do something with my life.
Yeah. It's so adult and so... It's one of those films that adults and children can watch at the same time and get...
Definitely different
things about it, yeah.
Yeah,
I can see why you're like, yeah, we can watch Puss in Boots, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Please.
I put it in the bracket with the Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem as well. I think they did a really good job with that too.
Yes, I watched that second time.
I found that quite surprising.
Yeah.
But that's not a sequel, so I can't talk about that one quite so much.
No, good point. I was like, did we review that? No, we didn't.
No,
but I watched that again on the plane to Canada, and it still works. I still think the first half's better than the second half, but it doesn't matter. The animation is beautiful, and I like that they actually look at the teenage.
Yeah, they're actual teenagers. Yeah, I like
that's
that
really
too.
good.
Yeah,
a brilliant choice. I cannot argue with that choice, Rich, because it was nearly made. It was honourable mention of mine. Very brilliant film. Number 2
what about
for
your
me?
number 2? Yeah.
It's John Wick Chapter 4 in it for me.
I knew it would be.
I'm such a simple guy. I like John Wick Chapter 1. I really like John Wick Chapter 1, in fact. It's not even called Chapter 1, it's just called John Wick.
It's just called John Wick. And that first one, I really enjoyed that first one too.
I liked the second one. I think Parabellum, the third one, starts weighing a little bit. And I was really worried when it came to this one. I was like, what can they do different to keep me engaged and keep me watching and keep me entertained? The answer to that is pretty much just more of the same.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
longer.
Just let him fall down 500,000 stairs.
But the the scenes that they do it in, and the impressive stunt work, and the gun work, and the action, just had me tied in for the 2.5 hours. Sure, the lore of this thing, I'm still very confused what is allowed and not allowed, and why John Wick didn't hide out with Winston in the tunnels for just a little bit longer before going up to the steps of not the Arc de Triomphe, but
Yeah, no.
The building.
The churchy thing.
Yes, and the steps. And it found it so ridiculous, but had such a huge grin across my mouth, face, for the whole of that film.
Yeah,
it was
I
fun,
think
fun,
that says
fun.
a lot about us, the differences in it for us in what we look for in movies.
Oh,
I will happily go and watch a really good story that has no visual stuff at all. I'm happy going and sitting a couple of blokes talking in a room because it's a really good story.
Moneyball.
Whereas you very much like an action spectacle movie. You're more about the visuals than I am.
Yes, I think I am, but there has to be something to engage as well at the same point. And I think John Wick, the silly lore and the world that they've now built in those 4 films has now got me, and I'm interested in that, and I want to know more about it. I still haven't watched The Continental on Amazon Prime because I'm a bit scared of it that it won't match because it hasn't got Keanu Reeves in. And I think the partially why John Wick's are so good is because Keanu Reeves is so good in them.
I couldn't pick John Wick because of Keanu Reeves.
Richard, what?
Because his dialogue is so rubbish. Yeah.
There's a whole bit in this film when he's not in it, in the Japan scene. And that's brilliant. It's brilliantly shot and it's lit beautifully. Okay. No, Keanu Reeves is watchable.
That's my favourite bit. Essentially,
bit
my favourite bits are the bits that don't have him in. I know he's a lovely man. I know he's a great actor. I love Point Break. Don't get me wrong.
I know you do.
But
and Bill and Ted. You love the Bill and Ted.
I love Bill and Ted. It's not him. It's just, and I love the first John Wick. I don't know. I just didn't get this one quite so much. But objectively, beautifully shot movie.
There's a bit when there's a shootout in a house and they filmed it from above.
From the top. That's cracking.
That's
that
cinema.
Really is. Yeah. I get that.
Mamma Mia. That is.
Yeah,
glory
I get
to
that.
behold. That's beautiful. Granted, it does go on for a bit too long, so I can understand why some people get annoyed there. But man, I thought they had no new tricks up their sleeve, and then they just kept doing Arc de Triomphe, blah blah, massive car chase, shooty. There's a lot of shooty. I mean, there's a shooty there, there's a shooty there, there's a shooty everywhere. E-I-E-I-O. And by the end, I was just like, oh, that is excellent. I'd watch that again. And I'm a bit sad. Look, I don't want there to be a John Wick 5. I'm quite happy with this as a 4-piece. Where it ends is good with me. It's a really good quadrilogy. That's right, isn't it? And I just think it's a really solid action film. And it's not a big, dumb, silly action film.
No, well, I mean, it is a bit. It's not a big, dumb action film in Extraction is a big, dumb action film.
It's
not like that.
Yeah, okay.
But it's pretty dumb. It's cleverly made.
Yes.
But its content is
the
pretty
music's
dumb.
cool and the sound, Foley and all dialogue's good. And going in, I wasn't expecting me to really love it. But at the end, I was like, oh yeah, man. Let's go again. Let's watch that again. I think it's the second best John Wick film. Yeah,
I would say you're probably right.
I really like that first one.
Yeah, I really like the first. The first one's the best one because he's got an actual point to it.
Well, he's revenging his dog.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I get that.
And the second one is when the lore starts going a little bit crazy. And by the third one.
I didn't really like the second one, and I've never seen the third one.
Have you not watched it yet?
No.
That might change one day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm guessing we've got the same first one.
I think we've got the same first pick because I don't see how anyone else could pick anything else. But it's Across the Spider-Verse, right?
Absolutely. It's the best sequel of the year.
It is the best sequel of the year. even though it's not perfect, I wouldn't give it. I can't give it a perfect score because it doesn't got an ending. There's no third act.
It is a problem. It's also not as good as Into the Spider-Verse.
No, it's not. No,
but they deliver
very good. Yeah.
Wow.
And also, it's a little bit tainted by all the stories that have come out afterwards
of the visual effects artists and how
badly they were treated. Yeah.
Well, we shouldn't get negative already because we're meant to be celebrating the film. But the sequel was meant to be out this year originally, and they've now put it on hiatus, and they actually haven't got a release date for it. So it might be 2025. It might be 2026. I think that's a good thing because the animation...
2034.
Let's hope not. The animation in Across the Spider-Verse is just glorious. I mean, the beginning with Gwen Stacy... again, Spider-Man doesn't turn up for 15 minutes or something, and she's telling her story, and that's glorious. And then there's the scene, obviously, with all the other Spider-Mans, which is just the best thing I've watched all year, I think. I was just really smiling throughout, and there's some beautiful dialogue in that. And then, something I don't think me and you weren't ready for was the bad guy, who we thought wasn't going to be the real bad guy.
Yeah,
and now it's turned out as to being the big bad guy.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I think it's a really well written sequel.
The best scene for me is the heart to heart with Miles and his mum. Oh. That's the best scene.
See, we're very different.
I love that. I love it so much. It's so beautifully written, so nicely done.
Yeah.
That's kind of, that's where it's got from. That's what I love. Both Spider-Verse movies, but this one especially, I think it's very long, and people complained about it being long, but I don't think you get that character development if you don't have it long, and that's important, and that's what makes it great.
But what also makes this great is that it hits those beats that you're talking about, but it also hits the action beats and the comic book nerd beats, and
it's fun,
so fun,
funny, and it's light, and it's fun, and it's emotional, and it's everything you want from a movie. Absolutely everything you want from a movie. No Spider-Ham doesn't turn on Nicolas Cage's Spider-Noir. They are right at the end, though, aren't they? But they don't talk, do they? They're going to be in the next one. I hope so. Well, they are, because they're in Gwen's gang, aren't they? They are. And then, spoilers, the end of this movie, there is not a better reveal and... what's the word I'm looking at for? Twist this year. Makes you want to come on to... But it's such an unsatisfying ending. It's just... I mean, there was a general kind of... There was an actual audible... when it ended in the cinema, because it's just kind of and to be continued, and everyone's like, what? Do you think that's the audiences of today? Just, because... No, I think you can have a middle movie that has a third act. You can have a middle movie that reaches some sort of sense of conclusion. Like Lord of the Rings, Fellowship. Absolutely. Like Fellowship, like Empire, there are middle movies in trilogies that have a conclusion, and it could have had a bit more of a conclusion. No, I think personally, I'm really happy with just leaving it on that downbeat twist of... I'm happy with a downbeat twist. I just think it needed a bit more of a third act, just a little bit more, and it would have been perfect. That's why it's not perfect for me. It just needed a little bit. But it is the best sequel of the year. Yeah. Even though we've just spent 5 minutes going, what do we not like about this movie? Yeah, true. Typical. We've also said all the things we do like. Typical Come us. On. Jake Johnson's back as Peter B. Parker. Got a kid. Delightful. Yeah. I love it all. And I love all introductions like Spider-Punk and Spider-Man India and everything like that. But would it make the world building was fantastic. I wonder if it would make my top 3 movies of the year. And I think it might. I think it might come in third of my top 3 movies of the year. We'll get to that in a minute. We'll have a look at what we thought of other films. I think it's a great pick. Celebrational wise, were you surprised that that's your number one? Because it was by far the most anticipated sequel of this year.
And personally, it didn't disappoint. I mean, it didn't reach Into the Spider-Verse, but that is now like really good level of filmmaking. I was just really happy with it. I'm so relieved it wasn't shit. As in, first off.
Yeah, me too.
And it made me smile throughout all of it. And I think it delivered. I think we always knew it was going to be a middle part of a trilogy. So I was okay with that, personally. Saying that, I can't remember what I said on the episode, so it could be different.
Well, that's the beauty of listening to our podcast, is we never remember what we said before, and we always change our minds. So,
why should we? So yeah, that's our top 3 of the year. Everyone, send in your thoughts of what your top sequels of the year were.
This episode is brought to you by TurboTax. TurboTax experts make all your moves count. Filing with 100% accuracy and getting your max refund guaranteed. So whether you started a podcast like this one, side hustled your way to concert tickets, or quit your job to stream video games online full-time, switch to TurboTax and make your moves count. See guarantee details at turbotax.com/guarantees. Experts only available with TurboTax Live.
Kick off 2024 with big savings at Blinds.com's Big Thank You sale. We wouldn't be the #1 online retailer of custom window treatments without you. So we're showing our appreciation with big savings on premium blinds, shades, shutters, and more. And with Blinds.com's 100% satisfaction guarantee, if your order isn't perfect, we'll always make it right. Shop Blinds.com's Big Thank You sale happening now and save up to 45%. Up to 45% off at Blinds.com. Rules and restrictions may apply.
The friendship is sharing deal.
Because I want one of your McNuggets.
And I need some of your Quarter Pounder.
There's a deal for everyone at McDonald's. Get one favorite like 10-piece chicken McNuggets, a Quarter Pounder, or a Big Mac, and get another for just $1. Price and participation may vary. Valid for item of equal or lesser value.
The year as a whole, sequels. Like you said, you had some top 3, some others. Do you want to talk about some of the mediocre ones? Were there any that not worst sequels, Rich? Not the worst sequel.
Yeah.
What ones did you find disappointing?
You're not gonna like me.
Oh no.
But Mission Impossible, found it quite disappointing. It wasn't, it was quite a drop from Fallout.
Fallout is very good though.
Yeah, true. Fallout is very good, but yeah, I did find it quite disappointing. Yeah, a couple of my worst are quite a disappointing category as well, so I'm not going to talk about that.
Don't talk about that. Disappointing. Yeah, I would agree with Mission Impossible. I'd also probably put I put The Flash in there.
Yeah.
I would also put the Luther film in there.
As bad as the Luther film definitely goes in disappointing. I was very disappointed because I love Luther, and I really thought that was a disappointing one. The Flash, I wasn't disappointed because I thought it was going to be shit, and actually I was quite pleasantly surprised that it wasn't as shit as I thought it was going to be.
I really hang on to that Michael Keaton back as Batman, but
yeah.
But what other ones have we got? Transformers: Rise of the Beasts. I knew wasn't going to be good. Meg 2 was never going to be good.
Do you know what? Meg 2 wasn't the worst.
No, it was not the worst.
It wouldn't make my worst 10.
Fast X.
Yeah, maybe a bit. I don't think that was disappointing because I don't think I expected very much. But it was so Fast and Furious. Essentially, Jason Momoa makes that movie.
But did you feel like that had a Spider-Verse across the Spider-Verse?
A little bit, yeah.
With him just driving across the dam.
But it did have a bit more of a third act. A bit more something to do potentially. But yeah, it did have a suffer from the Spider-Verse itis.
Yeah. What did you think of the year overall? As in 4 films as well. Me and you don't get to really go and watch other films, as in outside of sequels. Yes, I think there have been some absolutely cracking movies this year, and it's just sad that I haven't got to watch all of them because they're not sequels. But I think there have been some really good things, and there's ones I haven't watched that I really want to. Like I want to watch Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret, because I read the book when I was a kid, and I want to watch it, and I quote it. Quote it occasionally. I want to watch Blackberry. Yeah, I'm quite looking forward to that. That's a very me kind of movie. Yes, I haven't watched that yet. I was on the plane, but I thought I'll save that.
Yeah, there's some other things I want to watch, and there have been some really good movies that really surprised me this year. So, what was the thing? We talked about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That really surprised me. I really enjoyed that. There was the Dungeons and Dragons movie.
Great
That was
fun.
massively surprising. I thought that was going to be rubbish, and I really enjoyed it. You know, that was really good.
I think there's been some really surprising films. Tetris as well.
Tetris, I really liked. Nimona. There's an animated movie called Nimona that I absolutely loved.
And no
really
one's seen.
enjoyed it. No one's watched it.
It's on Netflix,
they should.
right?
It's great. Yeah, it's on Netflix. Just go and watch it. It's fucking brilliant.
We've both seen Wonka now. Both incredibly liked
God,
Wonka,
I
didn't
loved
we?
Wonka.
You would?
Wonka's my movie of the year, definitely.
Incredible scenes.
Absolutely loved it. I was smiling. I was singing along, and I had a little cry at the end. It was beautiful. It was not a film that I thought needed to be made. I kind of didn't want to watch it because I thought it was like, what's the point? Don't even really like the original Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I'm not that, or Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. I hate the Johnny Depp one.
Oh yeah.
I don't massively enjoy the Gene Wilder one. But my God, I loved this so much.
So this is now your favourite Wonka film?
Oh God, yeah, by a long way.
Oh wow! I thought it was delightful.
Possibly my favourite
delightful
film of 2023.
Incredible!
Actually.
Wow. I'm just going to throw a couple more films at you that you might have liked. Rye Lane.
That's
Best
in my top
rom-com
three,
this
I would
year.
say.
Yeah. I know a film you like. Air. Fantastic.
Air. I really liked Air. Yeah, absolutely.
Flaming Hot. We both liked.
I really like Flaming Hot as well.
And then probably a couple of films you didn't see. You know, the biggest prize for me this year was probably Gran Turismo.
Yeah, I haven't seen Gran Turismo.
Yeah, man, that was a good film. People should see Gran Turismo.
I have recently watched Saltburn, which I was really looking forward to, and kind of thought it was all right.
Just say it, Rich. You thought it was fine.
I thought it was better than fine. I thought it was very well shot. The 4:3 framing pissed me off because it's just annoying now when filmmakers shoot in 4:3. You're not clever. It's annoying.
I haven't seen it, but that choice sounds weird as it is meant to.
Sorry. Am I spoiling it? I just presumed you'd seen it.
No, I've seen it. I know a lot about the ending.
I mean, mate, it's just talented Mr. Ripley, essentially. Some scenes are just shot for shot talented Mr. Ripley as well.
But it's set in 2006, so a 4:3 screen is a bit weird for that. But anyway, I will watch it.
Oh yeah, because we had widescreen in 2006.
Yes, we did, Rich. Yeah,
it wasn't 4:3 back then.
No, it wasn't.
You know, I don't get it, but yeah, it wasn't. It was okay. It's better than fine. You know, it's a 4 out of 5. It's a 5 out of 7 kind of range.
Bit of the range.
We haven't talked about the two biggest movies of the year.
Well, we did an episode on it.
Barbie and Oppenheimer.
I was also put The Creator.
Oh yeah, I've not seen The Creator.
I think everyone should see The Creator. It's big, clever sci-fi that feels real. Anyway, go watch The Creator.
Go watch The Creator. Obviously, we've talked about Barbie and Oppenheimer. Everyone's talked about Barbie and Oppenheimer.
Both great. Both
Oppenheimer
really
makes my top 3. Barbie maybe just sneaks outside. I don't know. But
Barbie's my second favourite film of the year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I loved it. I thought it was a brilliant piece of cinema.
Yeah.
I thought the soundtrack, I thought Margot Robbie's great.
The soundtrack is great.
Ryan Gosling is genius in it. I think American Ferrara is great. Her speech at the end is wonderful. The Will Ferrell parts made me laugh. I thought it was just
That's the bit that let it down for me. I didn't like Will Ferrell.
I think it's a very smartly written film, and it's nowhere near what I thought it was going to be like. And it was brilliant. Oppenheimer, it was an experience to sit through for me. It's creatively, it's marvelous. Like the way it's made, filmed, blah blah blah. You can't fault it. Will I watch it again? Probably not. Not going to be.
I might.
Rushing back.
I said I wouldn't when we first reviewed it, but I'm sort of thinking I might.
Are you getting tempted now? Are you?
And there's a couple of movies that came out towards the end of the year that I do want to watch, like Poor Things. That looks really interesting.
Depending where we're looking now, Poor Things I think is a 2023 release in the UK. maybe released in everywhere, a lot other places as 2024. So maybe we get to talk to that. Because I haven't talked about my favourite film, which I saw in Canada before Christmas, which is The Holdovers. Paul Giamatti, which is a Christmas film and should have been released before Christmas. But in the UK, we're not getting it until the end of January. It's fucking brilliant. You're going to love it, Rich. It's really... And it made me sit there. It made me think, oh my God, I've just really missed watching proper films. Because we have to watch a lot of blockbustery stuff, or animation sequels and stuff. Very rare do we get to watch something. I was like, I've got to watch more of this kind of cinema. So in 2024, this year, I'm going to try and watch more of that.
There's another film called All of Us Strangers that I really want to watch as well.
Is that Paul Mescal, Andrew Scott film?
Andrew Scott, Paul Mescal, Jamie Bell, Claire Foy. I really want to watch that movie. It sounds
what a cast
incredible.
That is.
So there's a couple there that I really want to watch that have come out in 2023, but I'm not going to get to watch until 24.
Is it All Your Strangers? Isn't that a 2024 release?
I think it came out in this 22nd of December.
Oh wow, I missed that completely. Well,
yeah,
I was away.
Well,
so.
you were in Canada, weren't you? So but yeah, I think it came out sort of.
So overall, the year's been pretty strong cinema-wise.
I think really strong, just not sequels quite so much. Although, yeah.
Do you know what I really enjoyed? It's a number 8 of my top 10 of the year. Is the Lewis Capaldi now How I'm Feeling Now.
I've not watched that. I've not
his
seen
documentary on Netflix. Man, that hit hard.
Is it good?
How he's dealing with his Tourette's, and it's just really interesting. And I really enjoyed it. I think it's a must watch. Yeah, it really connected for some reason. But as 2023, like you said, looking at the things like Air, Flaming Hot, both great. Rye Lane good. Wonka's great.
I love Rye Lane. Great. Rye Lane's the best rom-com I've seen for a while.
Best rom-com since Man Up.
Oh, yeah.
The Simon Pegg, Lake Bell.
I like that. That is a good movie, actually. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, her accent in that is credible. Okay, so that was 2023. And we've still now got to talk about... We've been trying to put it off.
Yeah. Our worst.
Worst.
Dumb Money. I want to watch Dumb Money as well. Sorry, I just forgot. I just remembered that. Yeah. I don't know when that came out either, but...
That was 2023. Yeah, we missed it.
Yeah. But yeah, I want to watch that. Okay, right.
So the bottom 3 don't have to be in any order because I think they're all...
I've put them in order.
Brilliant. Okay. Any honourable mentions for you?
Dishonourable mentions for Aquaman, the pile of toilet, and Insidious, the Red Door.
Okay.
Both of which can get strongly in the bin.
Okay.
Yeah, but just haven't quite made it into being as dreadful as my bottom 3.
Special mentions for me is The Nun 2. And probably...
Which I didn't see.
No, you were sick that again. And
what a shame.
Ant-Man and Quantumania, whatever it is.
That makes my bottom 3.
There we go.
And Quantumania, that leads me straight in. It's my number 3. My third worst movie of the year.
Cannot argue this fact.
Absolute stinker of a movie. Still can't understand how people can breathe when they're smaller than atoms. But,
what's so special about the Ant-Man films 1 and 2 is that they're kind of their own thing and they're a smaller story.
Yeah,
and in this one, they've tried to kind of do this Endgame, Infinity War, massive story. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, it just doesn't work.
Bring Kang as the big baddie, and then go, oh, actually,
he's not.
he's out now.
The storyline wise, it's atrocious. But I think both me and you that the CGI
it's awful.
It's diabolical in a Marvel film of this size.
Verging on unwatchable.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's so bad. It's comically bad. And I know the Marvels got a panning, but actually I quite enjoyed the Marvels.
The Marvels is fine. It's much above their slot.
It's so much better than this movie. And it doesn't deserve the treatment it's got. But Quantumania, fucking hell. I thought there was nowhere down from Thor Love and Thunder. But turns out I was wrong. It's quite a long way down.
Yeah. Quantumania, Love and Thunder was in our bottom 3 last year. So carry on the tradition of putting another Marvel film.
Yeah, in the bottom 3 again.
In the bottom 3. It's just not fun. It's just...
Nope.
Marvel, the walls have well and truly come off
bloated,
this year, I would say.
overblown,
Yes, amen.
po-faced
Preach.
nonsense. Yeah. Yep. Rubbish.
My other is another superhero film, Shazam: The Fate of the Fallen, what they're calling the final.
Fury of the Gods. Do you know what? I wouldn't even make my bottom 10. I don't think.
Really?
I thought it was okay.
I did not enjoy that film. I don't believe. It just missed out to Murder Mystery 2, to be honest, as well. So.
Oh, it's better than Murder Mystery 2. Come
No.
on.
That at least has Jennifer Aniston and Adam Sandler have a little bit of chemistry together. Shazam, it feels like such an unloved film. The way they made it.
I see that. I can see that. I still don't think it was that bad. I still had fun watching it.
I thought it was like, I didn't have any fun really enjoying. Compared to the first Shazam film, really enjoyed the first one.
Yeah, true.
So I was really hoping for a lot of just a fun.
The major problem with Shazam is that Zachary Levi does not play the same character as the boy. You know, the kid Shazam. You know,
it's such a misstep.
It's so different and so strange. Like Zachary Levi it's essentially younger than the kid. You know, he plays it younger, and it works in the first movie because the kid was younger, but now the kid has grown up a bit. Zachary Levi's character hasn't grown up any. You know, it's like and that's that weird disconnect.
Yeah, I just didn't like the storyline. I didn't like Helen Mirren in it. I just thought miscast maybe a bit.
I agreed, it wasn't great, but I just think there's so many worse things that I've seen. I'd put Saw 10 below Shazam.
Is that in your bottom 3?
It's not in my bottom 3.
I'm proud of this. What is in the bottom 3 then with that?
So my next one, my second worst movie of the year, Exorcist Believer.
Oh,
fucking terrible! in every way, it's terrible. I hated it. I hated watching it. I just hated it. It was really boring and unnecessarily cruel.
It's awful. And do you know why I haven't thought about it? Is because I forgot to add it to my list. I think I might have to add that in there instead of Shazam.
Yeah, I would. It's worse than Shazam by a long way.
It's to get to a point of a film. Yes, yeah. How I must have just blocked it from memory. I hated this film so much, and then we finally found the piece that makes me think I don't like this. Is when they were doing horrible things to the children, kind of thing, and send her to hell for no reason. And that didn't live. That's too far for me. Mm-hmm. Spoilers.
It's cruel. It's a cruel movie. It doesn't need to be. You know, it's just there's not. There are good performances by the two lead actors. I would say the two female lead actors.
Even the little girls are really good.
Well, exactly. That's what I mean. The little girls is who I'm talking about. They do some really decent performances, but the rest of the movie is just horrible.
Yeah.
It's just pointless. There's no exorcist in it.
It isn't.
It's called The Exorcist, and there ain't one.
They're trying to say stuff about religion. It's bollocks.
Yeah. Hated it. I genuinely hated it. And if it was stricken from my memory, I would not be upset.
Well, it was stricken from my memory, it seems.
Yeah. Sorry, I brought it back for you, mate.
No, I agree. That is a really bad film. And going in, I had really high expectations. There was a trailer. Do you remember how scary the trailer was?
The trailer looked so good.
So scary.
I mean, whoever made that trailer is a fucking genius.
Yeah.
Because they made that turd of a movie look exciting.
That last 45 minutes is a shambles.
Absolutely.
A complete shambles. And this is meant to be start of a new trilogy. I think we're pretty clear now that's not going to happen. So we're not going to get the next one.
I hope so. Please, God, don't make me watch more of these.
Yeah, The Exorcist Deceiver, it was meant to be called. Because this did so bad at the box office. I don't think it will happen. If it will, hopefully they go for a few rewrites and don't let David Gordon Green near it.
Yeah.
Everything is wrong with that movie. Like you said, it doesn't even feel like an Exorcist movie at any point, really. It's an insult even if you call it The Exorcist, to be fair. Anyway, okay. Agreed. My second is I didn't like Insidious, The Red Door.
No, it's rubbish.
It is.
I agree.
It's
I completely agree.
It's rubbish. They take away some of the best characters in the first few films, and they're not in them. And what they do with the other characters, they keep them apart for too long, and then they try and build this mystique about this red, and it's just garbage, and it's boring.
It's boring.
It's not scary.
Yeah. Nope. We watched it together, didn't we? And there was one jump scare.
I got one jump scare, which you just looked at me and rolled your eyes at me, which is fair enough. I just didn't like it. The red door, Insidious. Yeah. And it was the closer of this, whatever they were doing to this story, I think. Yeah. And I would say it's maybe one Insidious story too far, or two, or three.
Yeah. I don't think we need any of them, really, but, you know. Yeah. It didn't make my bottom three because it didn't make me as angry as the others.
I forgot we went and saw that together. That was a good time.
I was just bored. I was looking at my watch by about 20 minutes in. That's always a bad sign.
Yeah, it's so boring. And that's an episode me and Rich tried to record. We had these little microphones to record on the way home. So we
tried
recorded
to do a
Cine
Mile, didn't we? And record it on our way home, and it didn't work
very badly.
Yeah.
So we'll try that again one day. But the film itself is awful. And as far as sequels goes, it was a waste of our time. I think that's the worst thing for me, is when I watch a film and I just thought that's a waste of my time. And I think that's how I felt with Shazam, Exorcist, definitely Insidious. And if we haven't got the same final one,
we've got to have the same number one, because it's definitely the worst movie I've seen this year. It's got to be the worst that you've seen. It's Expendables 4, right?
It is. Yes, by an absolute country mile. As bad as those other sequels were, this one is fucking atrocious.
I can't believe people that have made decent movies made this.
I can't believe it's made for $100 million.
A 10-year-old made it.
Oh, it's embarrassing.
It's ridiculous.
If people are looking like where's the money going? They should look at this film and go, this couldn't have cost $100 million. That special effects was made on PayShot Pro.
Those special effects didn't cost £100, let alone $100 million.
The story's terrible. The visual effects are awful. But the worst thing in it is the acting, right? The cast.
God. I would say the worst thing in it is the inappropriate nipples at the end.
We always say no one tries to make a bad film.
Yeah.
No one tries that.
No.
I am 99% sure that they tried to make a bad film here.
I almost agree. It's almost like they sat down and went, do you know what? Should we make it so shit it's good?
Yeah.
and then failed. They just made it so shit it's shit.
There is no way at any point when they were watching the rushes or writing the script, I'm thinking, and them going, do you know what? This is all right. Because it's not.
I can understand when you're filming it, when you're in it.
Not even in this film, I can't.
This'll be all right. This'll be fine in the edit. It'll be fine. Because you don't see the CGI. You know, you don't kind of get all that. You're not that side of it, are you? You're acting in it. Yeah, you can. Yeah, that's true. But there must have been a point in the edit where you're like, oh, this is some bad movie. This is
bad juju.
Oh.
And I don't hate the Expendables. If anything, Ritual knows I quite like the three previous films.
Yeah.
The second one, I think, is a great action film. There's Bruce Willis, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Stallone. They're doing each other's lines. They all together. It's an iconic moment.
That's the thing about Expendables, is they're not great, but they're fun.
Yeah, and Stallone is giving it everything.
This is not fun. It's not even close to fun.
It's atrociously. No other film made me angry. So the other ones made me feel like I wasted my time. This one made me physically angry, and me and my wife kept looking at each other just to make sure that we both saw what was all happening on the screen.
Yeah,
it's so bad. I think of all the sequels we've watched now in 2.5 years, this is the worst one.
I think so. I don't know. I don't know if it is. I don't know if it's as bad as Sex and the City 2. I don't think it's as bad as S. Darko. Okay,
let's talk about new films we've watched.
Okay, ones we've reviewed, not people's worst.
Not
sequels.
People's worst sequels.
Okay. Yeah, I think
nothing hits me
Ooh. Still Matrix Resuscitation, or whatever it's called.
See, I don't think Matrix Resuscitation is as bad as this.
No, and objectively, thinking back on it, I had a very sore back. that probably put me off of Matrix, and this is objectively worse.
Have you ever gone back to the Matrix, by the way?
No. Because even I gave it 0 stars. I would give it maybe, I might bump up to a 1 at the maximum for it. Is this as bad as Coming to America?
Oh,
because that was bad. That was my previous worst, I think. And Expendables 4, I think, is maybe on a level with Coming to America, which I would genuinely give minus points.
Well, the bar is set very low.
The bar is low. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I think we gave this, half a star, I think, didn't we?
I think we're being kind.
I think we were being generous.
For maybe Statham.
They made it. Something got made.
I mean, in the second one, he attacks someone dressed as a nun, and he says, "I now pronounce you man and knife," and then he attacks someone.
Jason Statham has some decent lines. He
doesn't have in this one.
Well, he does. He has one where he goes, "Jesus Christ, Colin, don't point that gun in my face."
That's the half a star.
That made me chuckle. That's half a star.
I know a lot of people I saw on the internet and Twitter and whatever. They were like, "Oh, you shouldn't do worst lists." People get angry. Like, you should celebrate cinema. No one plans to make a bad film, but sometimes things deserve to be called out by fans, by people who are paying money for it as well.
Yeah. We paid to go and watch it. I'm
allowed to slag it off.
Stop anyone else making that mistake.
It's not like we're critics and we're going to critic screenings and stuff like that. We went to the cinema. We took our time. We weren't getting paid to do a review or anything like that.
Nope. We paid our money. We went and watched it. It was not very good. And I get it. Be positive. We all love cinema. That's why we're here. But at the same time, you can't say something's great without comparing it to something that's rubbish. You can't. So you've got to have worse lists, even if it makes you feel bad and icky.
I don't agree with the Razzies. I don't think you should give out awards to make people feel bad.
It in, isn't
that's
it?
Being horrible. But
in my opinion, that was a festering turd of a movie.
Agreed. Let's move on. So we look back, and it's weird because even though we don't like those films, we do keep coming back to cinema and films and looking forward to what's coming.
Yeah, absolutely.
And 2024.
Good link, that's a nice solid link. Thank
you very much. Just came off the top of my head. And so 2024. New year, fresh batch of sequels. Not in January, clearly. Never in January.
No, there's more awards movies, isn't it?
A couple of years ago, they released Screen 5 in January. But no, yes, January seems to be award friendly, building up to the BAFTAs, the Oscars. We just had the Golden Globes the other day, and I will continuously say this. No one gives a shit about the Golden Globes.
I think they deliberately make them mental. So people talk about them.
It's really weird categories. I'm not quite sure how it works.
They give Ricky Gervais a Golden Globe. What?
I don't know. Yeah, it's not my cup of tea, the whole Globes. I mean, if I won one, I would be bragging a lot, though. So,
well, yeah, obviously. Yeah.
If someone wants to give me a Golden Globe for something, I will go.
Mate, we'd be bragging if we won a Razzie. Come on. We'd take it.
That's true.
It'd be up on my mantelpiece.
It's a talking point. So we've each picked, I'm going to say 3, but let's see how many Richard picked.
I mean, I've got 5. But,
I've got 4.
To be honest, I had 6, but essentially my most anticipated sequel isn't a sequel, it's actually a prequel, so I kind of had to cross it off the list.
Is it Furiosa?
Yeah. I
agree with that. I am looking forward to Furiosa. We'll probably try and cover it on another slice because we're excited.
I think so.
Unequal prequel.
So. Yeah, we'll do Unequal prequel on another slice.
There we go. Beautiful.
Anotherslice.com/unequal sequel. $2.99 a month is a bargain.
It's a bargain. Okay, so let's hear. Do you want to give us your honourable mentions or just go for 4? Because I've got 4.
Okay, well, so.
Which one doesn't make the cut? Quickly.
Gladiator 2.
And oh wow! And are these in an order?
Yeah. So this is my 5th. this is my fifth most anticipated, essentially. It's Gladiator 2, mostly anticipated because I'm not sure it's going to be good, but it's going to be a spectacle, and I want to see it. And Paul Mescal is an incredibly good-looking man, so, if anything, there's that.
It's a great shout. I'm concerned. It's not in my top 5 for this year.
No,
4.
because this could come back to bite me.
Well, I've seen
it
Napoleon.
Could be terrible.
Yeah.
That's the thing, isn't it? It could be terrible. But look, it's got Denzel Washington, Pedro Pascal, Paul Mescal. It's got Joseph Quinn that I really like in it.
Yeah.
It's got Derek Jacobi in it. It's got a cast that makes me think.
I mean, Ridley Scott is a brilliant director, and he's either brings his A game, which is next level shit, or he doesn't, and then it's mediocre. And I'm worried about Gladiator 2. I don't know where they're going to. Well, I know where they're going to go. It's the son of the whatever.
But it's most I'm anticipating. I'm excited about it. That's the thing.
That's good. That's great.
It might let me down. It's one of those risky ones. But I'm a Gloucester rugby fan. I'm used to being let down.
That's true. I would put that in my I'm worried about that pile. Hopefully,
yeah.
Hopefully it proves me wrong.
I'm hoping it proves me wrong.
So that's the one that didn't make it, right?
Didn't. Well, are we doing 3 or are we doing 4? Because
I've got 4.
Is my second honourable. Okay, we'll do 4 then. So it's the one that didn't quite make the top 4.
Okay, so what made the top 4?
So number 4 is Ghostbusters: Frozen Empire.
Okay.
I'm quite looking forward to another Ghostbusters movie.
It's exciting.
Yeah. I'm excited about it. I'm really excited to talk to Sean Walsh about it too.
Hopefully we're going to get Sean Walsh back on the episode to talk about it. Any mention of a Ghostbuster film and I get very excited. I'm going to take it on my list somewhere, so I'm not going to talk about it anymore. But why are you most anticipated it?
Well, because it's a Ghostbusters movie. And looks like some of the original cast are back. It's back in New York, where it should be. I liked Afterlife. I really liked Afterlife. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, this is another one that's more about hope than expectation.
Yeah.
But it looks good. It's got James Acaster in it, who I love. I think I'm feeling good about it, Dave. I'm feeling good about it.
My number 4 is Beverly Hills Cop, Axel F.
Not in mine. That is what I'm worried about.
I watched the trailer there twice now.
Eddie Murphy doesn't have form for good legacy
you're right,
sequels.
but I love Beverly Hills Cop 1 and 2 are brilliant.
They are.
3, let's not talk about. That is a bag of shit. But 1 and 2 are great. And I watched the trailer the other day, has the music playing. I think it could have put a few more jokes in there in the trailer to make it a little bit more Beverly Hillsy, wisecrackery, Axel Foley. But the action looks great. It's got Joseph Gordon-Levitt in it.
Oh, okay.
Paul Reiser's back. Judge Rideout's back. Eddie Murphy on form and doing comedy is always exciting for me. Yeah. Yes, he hasn't been funny for years, but
he hasn't.
This is his property. This is the one that made me love Eddie Murphy. It's on Netflix. It comes out like April or somewhere in the summer. So I'm really excited. The trailer looks great. Eddie Murphy as Axel Foley. It's going to be good, all right? It's going to be good.
Yeah.
No? Okay.
I'm not convinced.
Is that in your worried pile?
Definitely in my worried pile.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, mine is...
If not verging on my expecting it to be bad pile.
Oh, no. This is... I thought long and hard. I thought, no, I'm looking forward to that. So that's going in. Number 3 for you.
Number 3 is Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
It nearly made it.
I love a Planet of the Apes movie. This is a franchise I absolutely love. I love all of them. There isn't an Apes movie I don't like, even Beneath, which is not good. But there isn't. I can watch Beneath. So yeah, just really looking forward to it. I love what they do with these new Apes movies. I'm really excited to see what's going to happen with this.
Yeah.
Kind of post Caesar.
Yeah.
World.
A new chapter in the it's like they're going again. This is what's so exciting about this. So we've had
new director now.
Yeah.
It's Wes Bell, isn't it? This directing this one, who I don't know Mass is about. I've not seen the Maze Runner or anything. I think that's the main thing he's done, right?
Maze Runner's okay. Well, the first one's okay. And I've seen the second one. I haven't seen the third one. So, no, I am also excited about this Ape film, but I think that's because we've watched all the Ape films this year, apart from the Tim Burton one. And
which I even like the Tim Burton one.
No,
I'm sorry, I know, but I do like the Tim Burton one.
I think this secretly might be the best film of the year.
You could be right,
and it's not in my most anticipated. I think it's going to still. I don't know. I think it's going to do well. It's not got Matt Reeves directing it. Is one problem for me.
Yeah.
And is Andy Serkis involved? Is he playing? Is he?
No, because Caesar's not in it. It's
but is he
after Caesar, isn't it? So,
but he can still.
I don't think Andy Serkis is in it. William H. Macy's in it, I think.
Doing the monkey movements.
Yeah, I don't think Andy Serkis is part of it at all. So the only person I've heard of in it is William H. Macy.
See, that again, not worries me, but I think trailer's a solid trailer. It's the last three films have been very good. I mean, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes is a fantastic sequel. Is a brilliant sequel. Rise is solid. Mm-hmm. Dawn's great. War is good.
I like War. I like all three of them.
It's a great trilogy. And if we were doing our trilogy, actually, did we put this into our top trilogies?
I don't know if we did. Yeah, we must have done.
If not,
we must have
known this. We must have known this was coming. If not,
yeah,
because it is a great trilogy. I know why you put that in there. I know how much you love the Ape films, so it's totally understandable. My third one is Dune Part 2.
Ooh. I'm not going to talk about that because it's coming.
Yeah. I liked Dune Part 1, as we have to call it now, even though I was surprised when I watched the bloody film when it came up and I was shocked. I think it loses its way once it gets into the desert a little bit and it gets a bit boring. Okay. Not boring, but I love the filmmaker, Denis Villeneuve. And I love big, bold sci-fi fantasy films. And after watching Timothée Chalamet in Wonka, I'm all on the Tim train. I think he's great. I've watched the trailer with the big worms and Zendaya and the extra characters of Florence Pugh and Christopher Walken. Yeah, sign me up. I'm looking to get forward to this. I really am. Big budget sci-fi where they're just throwing loads of money at the screen and making it all epic. And, we've got the music that comes with it. And it's just... I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be better than the first one.
Yeah. I'm not going to say anything because I'm going to talk about it in a minute.
Okay. So what's your number 2?
My number 2 is Deadpool 3.
Also my number 2.
Nice. Yeah. Excellent. I really like Deadpool. I was surprised how much I like Deadpool 2. I really liked Deadpool comics. I used to collect Deadpool comics.
Right.
I found it's my sense of humour. The thing that I never quite liked about the Deadpool movies is that in the comics he has like 3 different personalities that all talk to each other because his brain is all scarred in the same way that his body is.
Right.
And you don't. I guess that's virtually impossible to film, which is why they don't do it. But I was hoping for that because I like his kind of internal arguments with himself. Essentially,
right? Yeah.
It's my favourite bit of the comics. But I really like these movies. I was really surprised how much I like Deadpool 2. And I'm, really looking forward to it. Matthew McFadden in Deadpool 3. Jennifer Garner's back as Elektra.
Is that confirmed now?
It's on IMDb, so I'm presuming it's confirmed.
You haven't mentioned Hugh Jackman as Wolverine yet.
I was getting to that. That was my next one. Hugh Jackman's back as Wolverine or Logan. Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
I really like the first
excited.
Deadpool. Yeah. The only Marvel film we're getting this year, and now we can say Deadpool's a Marvel in a Marvel universe. It's going to happen. There's going to be
part
some
of the
kind
X-Men universe, I think.
Time travel-y, otherworldly shit going down that opened up at the end of the Marvels, maybe. Who knows? We're going to see Wolverine in his classic yellow suit. I think... Ryan Reynolds,
there's shots of him already. I've already seen
the leaks out of this film has been really annoying, so I've been trying to keep away from it.
It was filmed in Leighton Buzzard.
Oh,
was it Pitstone? Might have been Deadpool. Might have been in Pitstone. Actually,
it's close by, isn't it?
Like 2 miles away.
I'm hyped for this film. I like Ryan Reynolds. I probably like Ryan Reynolds more than I like Deadpool. I like that his sense of humour and how he markets things. I think
he works. He works as Deadpool, definitely.
And I think Deadpool has always been a slightly different superhero vehicle. So hopefully...
And he works really well with Sean Levy, doesn't he?
He does. I think this might be one of the films that gets over $1 billion this year.
Yeah, you could be right, actually.
Let's see what Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds can do, but I think this could be one of the bigger ones. I think a lot of people are waiting for it. I think hype is on this one.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to it.
So I'm guessing your number one is Dune Part 2.
My number one's Dune Part 2. Yeah, I really, really enjoyed the first one. I didn't think it got boring in the desert. I like the desert. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I really enjoyed the first Dune movie. I really enjoy... Well, I think I've seen 4 Denis Villeneuve movies, but all 4 of them have been absolute stunners.
Yeah.
So like Sicario, stunner of a movie. Blade Runner 2024, stunner of a movie. Obviously Dune Part 1, stunner of a movie.
Arrival.
And, Arrival, absolute stunner of a movie. So I don't think he can do much wrong, to be honest. I've not seen any of his other stuff.
Have you seen Prisoners yet? One of his early ones.
I haven't.
With Hugh Jackman and Jake Gyllenhaal.
No,
you'll love that. You'll love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a bit of talky police interrogation in that.
That's right up my street.
Yeah. I agree, yes. I loved going to see... I thought Dune on the cinema was a great experience. I loved it on IMAX. It was great.
Yeah.
It's when I got it home is when it lost its layer of...
I mean, I'm definitely going to watch it in as big a screen with as loud a noise as possible.
Yes, I think it's built for cinema.
Yeah. I agree.
I think there are... I don't know the Dune storyline very well. In fact, I didn't know there's Part 2. But apparently this could be a trilogy.
Oh, really?
There's one afterwards called Messiah or something.
Okay. I don't know a lot about the books either, other than the book of Dune is about 4 inches thick.
Yeah, it's a
why
proper
it's very hard
beast
to
of
put
a book.
into one.
Apparently you need like a whole year of your life just to read it, kind of thing.
Yeah, I've heard that. Yeah, which hence why I guess it suits being split across more than one movie.
Yeah.
But I would have thought they'd have learned the lesson from the first one and let us know if there's going to be a third one. But either way, I don't care. I'm looking forward to this.
I think like I said, there's this other film. I don't know if it's connected to these Part 1 and Part 2.
Okay.
So it's just more,
Gotcha.
It could just be more universal building. I'm sure someone will get in contact and tell me. People will love to tell me stuff like that. So if you're out there, my number one is Ghostbusters Frozen Empire.
Nice.
Pretty much the reasons why you said, because it's a Ghostbusters movie. And it's in New York, Ecto 1, they were in the firehouse. Hopefully we get a bit more of the original cast. I watched the trailer. I was excited. Hopefully they're going to do a bit better with the special effects that are in the trailer. But it's a fucking Ghostbusters movie again.
It's a fucking Ghostbusters movie.
It's the one I'm most anticipated. Is it going to be the best film of the year? Probably not. But it's a Ghostbusters movie, like you said.
It's a Ghostbusters movie, so,
The music's going to play, we're going to hear the sirens, I'm going to, like back in New York. I know I keep saying back in New York, but, hopefully it has the DNAs of more of a Ghostbusters 1 and 2. Like you said, I loved Afterlife. I really did. I think it was one of our most favourite films of 2021, maybe. But yeah. Bring them on. Bring all of those films on. I think sequel-wise, it's looking quite good. Do you want me to tell you what other ones are coming?
Yeah, go for it. Go on then.
Okay, I'll try and go through the list and see what it is. So, first one up is Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 2.
I mean, it sounds fucking terrible, to be honest.
Did you watch Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey?
Of course I didn't. Who wants to watch a Winnie the Pooh horror movie? It sounds awful.
Now, these things are happening because rights have suddenly come available, right? So, Mickey and the Steamboat came available the other day, so that's going to be a horror film this year as well. The rights to Winnie the Pooh, so anyone can make Winnie the Pooh movies now.
There's
certain things you can't do that Disney have control of, but the premise, because we can do something with. Okay, so we might have to do that because there might be nothing else. Dune Part 2, we've spoken about. Kung Fu Panda 4. I like those films.
Yeah.
I thought you would be more excited about that.
I think they lose their shine after 2.
I think Jack Black is great fun as Poe.
Yeah, I know. It'll be one my son likes, I think.
Is that why you're not looking forward to it?
No, it's not that. No, I sometimes like the things that he likes, but,
Puss in Boots. Okay. Ghostbusters, Frozen Empire, we spoke about. Godzilla, X Kong, Times Kong, whatever we decided.
Looking forward to that, really. But
I've been watching Monarch Legacy of Monsters on Apple Plus.
Oh, yeah.
By the time we're recording, the final episode's out on Friday, so I haven't watched it. I've really enjoyed that more than any of these monster films so far, because it kind of feels grounded. And I watched the trailer of this again today. It just feels mental now compared to what... I mean, Godzilla's running at one point with King Kong. It's bizarre. Anyway, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes is coming.
Yeah, looking forward to that.
On this list, it's got Furiosa, a Mad Max saga, but it's definitely a sequel, Rich. So,
well, it's a prequel, isn't it?
I mean, that's what I mean. Prequel,
yeah.
Ballerina, which is another film set in the John Wick universe. Inside Out 2. This nearly made the list. Again. Rich is not excited about this.
Yeah, I don't know.
Are you worried about this? Isn't that one you're worried about?
It's not one I'm worried about particularly. It's just, I feel like Pixar has, Disney...
Has it lost its shine to you?
Yeah, a little bit. Like, I didn't think Elementals was...
It was fine.
Again, it was fine. It was fine. I really like Inside Out, and I'm a bit worried it's going to be like...
Use the worried word.
Average.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see why they're doing it, because teenagers are so different to a child, the feelings and stuff. So there's definitely going to be stuff there.
And it's maybe I feel like because George isn't a teenager yet, maybe he's not going to enjoy it so much. Maybe. But, well, we'll see.
Yeah.
Hope it comes quickly to Disney Plus, because he obviously doesn't do the cinema.
Bad Boys 4 apparently is coming this year.
Nope, that can get the bin.
I haven't seen anything about this, as in...
I didn't like the third one.
I quite like the third. I wish they didn't have Mike's secret child, whatever it is. But I like Bad Boys. I like Will Smith and Martin Lawrence. Oh, yeah. He's not doing them anymore, though.
No, true, yeah.
But I don't think this is going to come out this year, because I haven't seen anything about it.
No.
And there's not even a storyline. There's not even a synopsis for it. But apparently it's this year.
It's not coming.
Beverly Hills Cop Axel F. There's another prequel here. A Quiet Place, Day 1.
I've never seen A Quiet Place.
Oh, Rich, you should watch them. They're good. The first one's really good.
I've heard that.
Despicable Me 4. We're getting one of them.
Yeah, I've seen is there a teaser trailer for that? So that's definitely happening, isn't it?
Maybe, yeah. I think, yeah. Twisters, the sequel to Twister.
That can piss off.
Which I'm excited about. But then Glenn Powell, who's in Twisters, came out and said it's not really a sequel, or it's a new thing. So, and he's like, but it's not a remake.
Yeah. I remember thinking Twister was okay.
I love Twister.
Yeah, that's your sort of... You love a big Dum Da
I remember seeing it in the cinema. It was great. Deadpool 3, obviously. There is a film coming out. I just have to explain this one to you quickly. It's called Horizon, an American Saga 2. And it is not Clint Eastwood, a Kevin Costner Western. And he's self-produced, funded this himself. And he's done a 2-part Western film. So the first one's called Horizon American Saga. So
right.
All I can think is that they're going to be about 4 hours long. But he's put all his money in these. He makes good Westerns, Kevin Costner. Open Range is a fantastic film.
I've not seen it.
Oh my God, the shootout of that is great. Really good. Him and Robert Duvall.
I don't hate a Western, so,
Good. I'm secretly excited about Kevin Costner being in a Western film. There is another Alien film, Alien: Romulus, which apparently is set somewhere between Alien and Aliens. Say that what you will. Beetlejuice 2. I keep trying to see what your face is like, and you're giving me nothing.
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to
Are you excited about a Beetlejuice film?
I don't know. I sort of am.
Is this a worried one again?
But I also sort of think I wish they'd leave it alone, because it's so good.
This kind of feels like a Coming to America to me.
Yeah.
Coming to America 2, whatever they called it in the end. Coming to America.
Yeah. Even the fucking title's terrible. I don't know about Beetlejuice 2. I genuinely
Tim
am
Burton,
a bit worried
Michael
about
Keaton,
it.
Winona Ryder, Jenna Ortega's in it.
It's all the evidence suggests it's going to be great, which makes me feel like I'm setting myself up for a fall by... It's the hope that kills you, right?
It is. I thought this might have been in your list, to be honest. I don't know why.
It nearly was. But it fell into that I'm worried about it category, and that's the problem.
Well, come September, we find out.
Yeah, at least I've got a while to worry about.
That's a nervous one. Yeah. Okay, Joker, Folie à deux, whatever they're calling it.
Don't care. I didn't like Joker. There, I've said it. I'm, the only man on the planet who didn't like Joker.
No, I didn't really like Joker. I don't think it has enough for existing, to be honest. I mean, Joaquin Phoenix was great in it, but I think what Todd Phillips was trying to say and do with it was literally Taxi Driver and King of Comedy. And those two films.
Just go and watch those two films.
And I know that sounds like
better.
Yeah, I know that sounds like I've just read something off the internet, but it really is those two films.
Yeah. Oh yeah, especially King of Comedy. I think it's yeah.
So but Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn. And it's reportedly a musical. So if they're going to do something different, they're going for it. I'm putting it into
my. I'm not looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a bit. It's not one I'm holding out hope for.
Okay.
It could fall into my surprising.
Yes, it could do.
It could be my most surprising, maybe.
Oh, okay. Next coming up is Smile 2. Neither of us saw Smile.
No.
It came out in 2022, I believe.
Looks very creepy.
It is very creepy. So we might have to catch up with that. Another one, which I can go and tell you we're not going to cover. It's Terrifier 3.
Nope. No.
It just sounds like mindless violence to me, and it's not my kind of thing. Or Richard's.
No,
Richard's kind of thing.
Definitely not. No, I haven't got to 43 years old and have a desire to watch Terrifier 3.
No. It's a Christmas film, Brent.
Fuck off.
Yeah, he's wearing a Santa outfit anyway. November the 8th, Venom 3. I thought it was going to be there as well on your list.
I know Let There Be Carnage wasn't the best, but I still quite like it. I enjoy it. My son absolutely loves Venom. He loves those two movies, and I shouldn't have let him watch them, but I have, and Brilliant. He thinks they're hilarious. So
well, he might go and see. Can you track him to see the third one?
I don't think I could get it. Well, you never know. I might be able to.
Never know. Next up, Gladiator 2, which we've
covered. Yeah,
that's November the 22nd. So might get some of these might get pushed back, and then after that is that Karate Kid.
Karate Kid.
With
there's nothing
Ralph
about that.
Macchio and Jackie
Ralph
Chan.
Macchio and Jackie Chan. I've heard nothing about this though. Like, is it actually going to happen?
Yeah, it was a big press release the other week.
It seems very short, considering they haven't even started.
No, they're searching for the Karate Kid. They're the boy, the girl.
How have they? But they've not started shooting. It can't be coming out in November. Like,
it doesn't matter anymore. And then afterwards on this list is the Lord of the Rings : The War of Rohirrim or something, and
is that not a prequel?
That's a prequel. Yeah. Another prequel. Some unequal prequels, sir. Mufasa, The Lion King, is also a prequel. But
that sounds like a cash grab.
Directed by Barry Jenkins. I've no idea what this film's going to be.
That's wild.
Don't know.
Barry Jenkins.
Who knows?
Okay.
And then the last one on this list, apparently coming out on December the 20th, is Sonic the Hedgehog 3.
I mean, that sounds decent. I like the first two. Again, another one that my son really likes. So I can't go for Barry Jenkins doing a Lion King movie.
Also this year I just saw on the list. Yes, Barry Jenkins doing the Lion King is weird. Don't forget Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon Part 2,
that can
the Scargiver. Rich, have you watched the...
No, I don't want to, Dave.
I can't comment on it.
I don't want to watch it. You told me to watch it, which means that I know I'm going to hate it already. Just the way you were like, you should watch this. I was like, should I?
If I could make a film of everything you hate in one film, everything you hate, it's
God.
Rebel Moon Part 1, whatever it's called.
So it's mostly slow-mo then?
50% of it is definitely slow-mo.
Child endangerment.
I think so.
Oh, God.
I might save that, my review, for the end of the month. Not now.
Okay. All right. I'll try and watch it. before the end of the month.
Another one, Jungle Bunch, Operation Meltdown.
I did mention that to you as a possible for February.
Don't know what it is. I thought it was a yogurt.
I think it's a rip-off of Madagascar, isn't it?
It looks like it. But that's all the sequels I could find so far. And how do you feel about that year we're about to go into? We're in it.
I think some incredible highs and some pretty low lows.
Thundering lows.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure next year there'll be some other horror films that just pop up, like whoever.
Oh, there'll be more things that come out of the woodwork that we're not expecting, I'm sure.
Be a few surprises.
I think there's a third one of those Musketeers movies, so we really should do that one.
Yeah, I'd like to do that now. That'd be nice. A French film.
Yeah. I quite like a French movie.
Are you excited for it though, Rich?
Am I excited for...
The year?
The year? Well, like I say, yes, in parts. And in parts thinking it's gonna... I think it's a bumper sequel year, is it really? Like, there's some big ones, but there's not loads of little ones. You know, that's our bread and butter, is all the little ones that come along. And then one of those little ones that you're not expecting does a Puss in Boots Last Wish. And you're like, oh my God, where's this come from?
I'm really excited about the surprising ones.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to, is a surprising one. And, you know, like you say, like Beverly Hills Cop 4 could be that one. That could be that surprising one.
If you're going to call it its real name, it's Beverly Hills Cop : Axel F.
Yes.
Which to me sounds like we're going to have other people from Beverly Hills Cop or some spin-offs. Because I read an interview with Eddie Murphy the other day, and he's like, I'm getting old and it's getting tough, but we made it through it. It made it sound like it was Vietnam or something. Like, oh God, that poor man's knees.
That doesn't.
I understand, because I think
is there a new Transformers movie, Transformers 1 or something, or is that
there is an animated movie coming at some point called Transformers 1.
We all know that the best Transformers movie are animated movies.
And apparently, I think Peter Cullen's not doing the voice. It's like got Chris Hemsworth and
it's Chris Hemsworth as Optimus Prime. Yeah, I've heard that. Lawrence Fishburne as Alpha Trion.
Now that is a great voice.
Scarlett Johansson as Elita 1. John Hamm as Sentinel Prime.
See, you know all these names. He means nothing to me.
You know who John Hamm is?
I know. No, I meant the Transformers.
Oh, right, okay. Apparently Keegan-Michael Key as Bumblebee. Wonder if he'll do the Boston accent that he does in Wonka. That would be fun.
Wonka's great.
Brian Tyree Henry as Megatron. Like, it's a wild cast. Yeah. I'm quite looking forward to it.
I mean, eventually they're going to have to step away from Peter Cullen, so they're going to try something new.
Yeah, I mean, he's getting on, isn't he? And I would say, again, this probably is a prequel, isn't it, really? It's like
so what I'm hearing is your most anticipated film of the year is Transformers 1.
Yeah.
Of course it is.
Yeah, of course it is. Of course it is. An animated Transformers movie that talks about the origin of the Autobots and Cybertron. Yes, please. Tick. I love that. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Not got Michael Bay anywhere near it. Yes, please. I'll take that.
Brilliant. I want everyone who's listening. This sounds like a threat. Jesus. Guys, what was your best sequels of 2003, 2023? What is your worst sequel of 2023? And what are the sequels you're most looking forward to in 2024? We are excited to get going. When there is not a sequel to review, we will try and do something. We are going to do something else. That's our podcast, it seems now.
Yeah. We are actually starting to interview episodes again, though, right?
We are, yes.
You know, we're starting recording them. So there will be some interview episodes. And I know we say this every year, but it sounds like a really good season.
Yeah.
We're talking to some really, really good people. and hopefully they'll actually turn up.
Fingers crossed. Huh? Fingers crossed. They all like sequels, it seems. So anyway, Rich, see us out.
We all like sequels. That's why we're here, right? And if you really like sequels, then there's loads of episodes of this. This is the roundup of 2023. You've got years worth. There's 3 more roundups to go and listen to for the last 3 years. 2 years.
2 years.
3 years in total. 3 roundups in total. Yeah. So go back and listen to those ones. See if there's any discrepancies between what we've said in this one, and because there will be, and then tell us about it on social media, because we love that. Get in touch. We are on X. Oh, I can't believe I'm calling it X. Threads, Blue Sky, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Letterboxd. We're at Unequal Sequel on all those things. You can find us there. If you want to follow us individually on Letterboxd, I am RW Unequal Sequel. I don't know what you are, Dave.
I believe I'm at Hello Dave Curtis.
Oh, nice. So yeah, give us a follow on Letterboxd to see what we've been...
Screen Mash, apparently.
Oh, okay. Yeah, come and follow us on Letterboxd and see what I thought of the 100 Christmas movies I've watched in 70 days. Yes.
We're going to be talking about a lot of that on the...
oh, God, I've lost my mind.
End of month roundup of January, so come check that out. We
will read out all your comments that you let us know in the end of January roundup. If you don't do social media, and you are incredibly sensible for that, drop us an email. We are unequalsequel@hotmail.com. We will read out all your comments at the end of the month roundup. Thank you to everyone who's done that already. I've seen some comments coming through. Looks cracking. Can't wait to talk about some of the stuff you've said. Let us know what your choices are, like Dave mentioned already. Let us know what you thought of 2023. What are your sequel loves, hates, and looking forward to's? And yeah, get on anotherslice.com/unequal sequel, $2.99 a month. Check out all our extra bits and bobs on there. You've got another Twilight episode coming. I'm sorry it's a week late. To be honest, I just couldn't bring myself to watch another Twilight movie after watching so many Christmas movies.
It was our Christmas hangover, and we were just getting the wheels back on the car to get going in 2024 again. So the Boxing Mentality will be out on the 17th, and the Disenfranchised, where we're talking about Tomb Raider, the newer version, will be out still on the 24th. So stuff to look forward to.
So that will be fun times over on Another Slice. Get over there. Like I say, $2.99 a month. It's an absolute bargain. Treat yourself. It's January. You need a little treat. You know, all the Christmas deckies have come down. It's all a bit miserable. So, go over there, treat yourself, have some sequel joy.
Brilliant.
Happy days.
Brilliant. So, yeah, all I can say is thank you for listening throughout 2023. We can't believe people actually listen to us and keep us going, because it's incredible. We turn up for you guys, and we go and see all these sequels for you. I drag Rich to see horror films that he truly hates.
You do.
Maybe not as many this year, and Rich hopefully is going to be healthy and well throughout 2024.
Fingers crossed.
Because this time last year, again, he was feeling shit. And I'm really excited. We're going to have a big year. We've got some other things planned, hopefully. Hopefully they come off. And thank you very much. So it's a bye-bye from me. So bye-bye. And it's a bye-bye from him.
Bye.
I was going to do see you next year on the sequel to that. Won't work. See you in the next one. Sequel to this one. Have a fantastic year. That was good, right?
Yeah, that was brilliant. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that works. We're going to have a fantastic year. 2024. What's the worst that can happen? What's the worst?
Who knows? Who knows?
That's what worries me.